Welcome back to Lucore Automotive. We are continuing progress on our 1979 AMC Spirit AMX project. You see before me my 304 cubic inch ran-wind pulled Craigslist motor that is going to go into said project. But first, we have one more color left to put on this thing. Oil pan's red, intake manifold's white. Time to make the heads and the block blue. Red, white, and blue. America. So I'm going to lay down this blue on the heads and block, then I'm going to let it cure for a little bit and then follow it all up with a little bit of clear coat just to make sure everything's nice and protected. Don't want my backyard paint job getting all scuffed up. And then we're going to get ready to stick this thing back in the car. If you're interested, stay tuned. Lots more to come. So in the previous video, I did all the paint prep. Cleaned off the block as best I could, cleaned off the intake manifold as best I could. There's definitely a couple of layers of paint. We've got as much of it off as we possibly could. All of the gunk and grime of the last 20 or so years. Knocked all that stuff loose and laid down a white paint on the intake manifold. That did not go according to plan. The Duplicolor paint we were using, I don't know if it was old or what, or maybe I didn't shake it enough, whatever the case may be, but at some point in time it started coming out like silly string, which ruined the ability to lay down a nice even finish on this, but whatever. I'm not really that worried about it. It just needs to look red, white, and blue for this road trip. So I'm going to paint the front and all the rest of this stuff that's still available blue. I've got it all masked off. Time to get to work. I was a little bit nervous that this wasn't going to be the right blue, but it's absolutely perfect. I am using old Ford blue, and it is going to be perfect for what I'm looking to do. Yeah, look at that. Red, white, and blue. Now, it's not perfect. I will 100% admit it is not perfect. But it looks pretty dang good. Unfortunately, my white paint that clumped up and came out like string cheese, or silly string, did not do too well. But otherwise, we got our red, white, and blue. Little overspray here. I might pick up a white can and see if I can knock those off a little bit, but otherwise she's good. Pretty damn happy. So now, one thing that you may complain about is the fact that I oversprayed all over the valve covers. I don't care because these valve covers are not staying on this motor. That will be something I will show you later on down the road as far as what I have coming up.
What'd you buy a car with Swiss cheese floors for? Oh well. Let's see if we can make something out of this that'll be a little more track safe. Gotta get a tool.
Start cutting off the old floors, welding in our new floors. We're going to go a little bit above and beyond what we normally would probably need to do on floors. We're going to be doing some frame ties as well to be able to make this thing extremely rigid, because there's a very, very good chance that in its future life, this thing is going to see some track time. So Rich is going to start working on the floors. He's going to cut out the passenger side and work you through the whole process of that. Do the frame ties to tie the front subframe and the rear subframe together, as well as all the way out to the rocker and bolster all of that together, and then replace the actual floor pans in the passenger side so that we don't have Swiss cheese that we're standing on, or sitting on in this case. Now on the driver's side, there's considerably less work to do. We're still going to do the frame tie setup and all the bolstering on the driver's side as well, to prepare for later on down the road, when this thing probably is going to see some track time and probably have a full-size roll cage in it. But the nice thing is the footboard and the toe board in the driver's side footwell are in pretty good condition, so we don't have to cut those out. We will have to do that on the passenger side. But we've got a good solid 8 to 10 hours of floor repair ahead of us to be able to get that part done. I am disconnecting all of the last little pieces out of the engine bay that need to be done. Remove the last power steering lines. I've got brand new power steering lines that are on their way. And then finish off everything else I need to do with the motor so that it is ready to drop in and be ready to go.
Oh, frustrating. I think that's my last saw blade too. Go buy some more of those. I keep bending my saw blade. Tell me. Oh, it's gonna break. Dang it. That one's gonna break. It broke. Oh, that's frustrating. I'm out of saw blades.